Michael, Michael, could you just stick this on my face?
Get on your face.
Stick it on my face. It's definitely,
Squeeze it on your ear.
squeeze it on my ear and stick it on my face. That's definitely the answer for this thing. Otherwise, it's like no good.
There you go.
There are three main festivals in the year besides Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, which of course are the high holy days. There are 4 times in the year when we have a special Yizkor service, a special service of remembrance. And those 4 times are at the 3 festivals and at Yom Kippur. What all of those 4 times have in common is that they are the times when traditionally the most people are together. The largest number of people are together at one time. And it makes sense that that is the time when we set aside, even in our most joyful holidays, perhaps especially in our most joyful holidays, time to remember our loved ones who we remember being with, perhaps for those same holidays, perhaps not, but whose presence is very much missed at all times and also at those times. And so that is when we have our services of remembrance. In a world where we are pushed to move on from our loss, where we are pushed to put our losses behind us, we know that loss leaves holes in our lives and in our hearts, and those holes don't go away. You saw me telling a story about my mom during the service earlier, and I couldn't help but cry, even though that incident happened almost 25 years ago, and my mom has been gone since 2006. And yet, the hole remains. It's different than it was, but it's still there, and it will always be there. And so Yizkor for me is a time when I encourage you to feel the way you feel, and it's okay to feel the loss, and if you're moved to any kind of emotion, that's okay too. There's space for that here. There's time for that today. So you don't have to try to put it away right now. You can feel whatever it is that you feel. We are beginning on page 540.
Eli, Eli, shelo yigamer leolam, hachol v'hayom, rishro shel hamayim, berak hashamayim, tefilot ha'adam, hachol v'hayom, rishro shel hamayim, berak hashamayim, tefilot ha'adam. Oh God, my God, I pray that these things never end. The sand and the sea, the rush of the waters, the crash of the heavens, the prayer of the heart, the sand and the sea, the rush of the waters, the crash
Like the stars by day, our beloved dead are not seen with mortal eyes, but they shine on in the untroubled firmament of endless time. The bottom of page 541. Eternal God, we ask for your help, for our need is great. Our days fly past in quick succession, and we cannot look back without regret or ahead without misgiving. We seek to understand the mystery of our own lives, but our effort is in vain. And when suffering and death strike those we love, our faith all but fails us, and we forget that we are your children. God, help us now to feel your presence. When our own weaknesses and the storms of life hide you from our sight, help us to know that you are with us still. Uphold us with the comfort of your love.
Okay.
Page 546.
Enosh kechatzir yamav ketzitz hasadeh ken yatzitz acharav bo veinenu ולא יכירנו עוד מקומו. וחסד אדוני מעולם ועד עולם על יראיו וצדקתו Our days are like grass. We shoot up like flowers that fade and die as the chill wind passes over them. Yet your love for all your people is everlasting. Your righteousness, O God, extends to all generations.
Page 548. At birth, a miracle, you light the spark in every human soul. Emerging into light, we breathe it in, the neshama, your sacred gift of life. And every day, every breath comes to us as a miracle. The light within us, unique and precious, is with us always while we live. When breath has ceased and life has gone, the neshama returns to you. And the spark that lived inside the ones we love, unique and precious, beautiful and good, is theirs no more. Their light is ours. Their radiance now burns in us, eternal flame of memory. So we light candles to keep our love alive, to bring their light into the world, a light unique and precious, ours to treasure while we live. A ner tamid that lights our days and gives us strength to journey through the nights. More precious was the light in your eyes than all the roses in the world. On page 551, I invite you to read with me at the bottom of the page. Out of the depths I cry to you. Hear me, hear my voice. Let my plea reach your ear. Page 556. Page 559 at the top. In my darkness, be a light to me. In my loneliness, help me find a soul akin to my own. Give me strength to live with courage, and give me courage to draw blessing from life, even in the midst of suffering, to hold fast against the storm, and to smile at a loved one's gaze. Page 561. The echo of your promise, I invite you to read with me. When I cry, my voice trembles with fear. When I call out, it cracks with anger. How can I greet the dawn with song when darkness eclipses the rising sun? To whom shall I turn when the clouds of the present eclipse the rays of tomorrow? Turn me around to yesterday, that I may be consoled by its memories. Were not the seas split asunder? Did we not once walk together through the waters to the dry side? Did we not bless the bread that came forth from the heavens? Did your voice not reach my ears and direct my wanderings? The waters, the lightning, the thunder remind me of yesterday's triumphs. Let the past offer proof of tomorrow. Let it be my comforter and guarantor. I have been here before, known the fright, and found your companionship. I enter the sanctuary again to await the echo of your promise. Page 567.
יש כוכבים שאורם מגיע ארצה, רק כאשר הם עצמם עבדו ונום. יש אנשים שזיו זכרם מאיר, כאשר הם עצמם אינם עוד בתוכנו. אורות אלה המבהיקים בחשכת הליל, הם שמראים לאדם את הדרך, את הדרך. הם שמראים לאדם את הדרך, את הדרך. There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light. Long, long after the star itself is gone. So it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us as we live our days. These are the ways we remember. We remember as we live our days. These are the ways we remember. We remember. We remember. We remember.
There are all kinds of relationships, and not all of them are good. And sometimes when we mourn, we are mourning in part for relationships that were not the way we would have wanted them to be. And sometimes we are angry and we're not ready to let go of that anger, and that's okay. It is okay for us to be right where we are as we remember. On pages 570 to 575, the text offers a number of different kinds of reflections, including remembering those lost in violence, remembering a hurtful parent for the loss of a child. We're going to take a few moments silently for our own memories, our own whatever we need to be thinking of right now. And if these words are helpful to you, please use them. Or, of course, there are always the words and memories that are in our own hearts. We continue silently. Page 580, the 5 stages of grief. The night I lost you, someone pointed me toward the 5 stages of grief. Go that way, they said. It's easy, like learning to climb stairs after the amputation. And so I climbed. Denial was first. I sat down at breakfast, carefully setting the table for 2. I passed you the toast. You sat there. I passed you the paper. You hid behind it. Anger seemed more familiar. I burned the toast, snatched the paper, and read the headlines myself. But they mentioned your departure, and so I moved on to bargaining. What could I exchange for you? The silence after storms? My typing fingers? Before I could decide, depression came puffing up. A poor relation, its suitcase tied together with string. In the suitcases were bandages for the eyes and bottles of sleep. I slid all the way down the stairs, feeling nothing. And all the time, hope flashed on and off in defective neon. Hope was a signpost pointing straight in the air. Hope was my uncle's middle name. He died of it. After a year, I am still climbing, though my feet slip on your stone face. The tree line has long since disappeared. Green is a color I have forgotten. But now I see what I am climbing towards. Acceptance, written in capital letters, a special headline, acceptance. Its name is in lights. I struggle on, waving and shouting. Below, my whole life spreads its surf, all the landscapes I've ever known or dreamed of. Below, a fish jumps, the pulse in your neck. Acceptance. I finally reach it, but something is wrong. Grief is a circular staircase. I have lost you. Page 584. At the top, let's all read together. God of pity and love, return to this earth. Go not so far away, leaving us to grief. Return, Eternal One, return. Come back with the day. Come with the light that we may see once more across this earth's unsettled floor, the kindly path, the old and living way. Let us not give way to evil in the night. Let there be God again. Let there be light. Page 593.
Shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul.
page 597. Rabbi Nachman of Bratslav said, Kol haolam kulo gesher tzar ma'od, v'ha'ikar lo lefached klal. We travel through this world on a very narrow bridge, and what matters most is this: do not be afraid. Our loved ones live in our broken hearts, and at times that brings some measure of healing. Their acts of kindness and generosity are the inheritance they leave behind. We feel their absence, and the beauty of their lives abides among us. As it is said, the name of one who has died shall not disappear. Our loved ones' names and their memories will endure among us. Many of those names appear in our Golden Book of Memory, which they're over there by the door if you didn't already get one. But of course, there are many names that are not in the Golden Book of Memory, and those names reside in our minds and in our hearts. I invite you now on page 598 to rise for Elmele Rachamim, holding all of those names in your own mind and heart.
Elmele Rachamim, Shochein Bamromim, Hamtzi Menucha Nechona, Tachat Kanfi HaShechinah, Im Kedoshim Utehorim, Ki Zohar Akiyah Mazhirim, Leinishmot Yakirinu Shehalchu Le'olamah, Ba'al Harachamim, Harachamim, Yastirem B'seite Kenafav Le'olamim, Bitzaro Chayim et Nishmatam, Adonai hu nachalatam, V'yanuchu b'shalom al mishkavam, V'namar Amen.
Let's read together in the English. Merciful God, God Most High, let there be perfect rest for the souls of our loved ones who have gone into eternity. May they find shelter in your presence among the holy and pure, whose light shines like the radiance of heaven. Compassionate God, hold them close to you forever. May their souls be bound up in the bond of life eternal. May they find a home in you, and may they rest in peace. Together we say,
Amen.
Amen. We turn to page 606 for the Mourner's Kaddish, holding again the names of the loved ones of our community and of your families and communities in our hearts. Please Please join me, page 606. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kariv v'yimru Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mivorach le'olam u'lalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yit hadar, v'yit aleh, v'yit halal, shemei d'kudusha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush bechata v'nechemata. Damiran belma v'yimru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. V'yimru. Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'el kol Yisrael, v'yimru Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to the bereaved wherever they may be. And let us say,
Amen.
Amen. You may be seated.
Set me as a seal upon your heart, as a seal upon your arm, for love is strong as death. Set me as a seal upon your heart, as a seal upon your arm, for love is strong as death. Many waters cannot quench love, neither can the floods drown it, neither can the floods drown it, drown it. Set me as a seal upon your heart, as a seal upon your arm, for love is strong as death, strong as death.
Our Yizkor service is concluded. If anyone needs a hug or wants a hug or is willing to hug, I will be available. Our children's service will begin here in the sanctuary at 2:30 p.m. At 4:45, student Rabbi Kelly Whitehead will be leading a discussion on Zoom and in person in the community room. That's about apology, so you're welcome to join her for that. Ne'ilah, our concluding service, is at 6 p.m. This is a wonderful service, and I really urge you to come back for it because it is a very passionate and service to end the day of Yom Kippur. And then, weather permitting, we will break our fast together outside.